Yeah. What up, movie fans? I am back, and we are talking Marvel, specifically X-Men 97, Season 2. I got some more thoughts for this, man. Cue the music. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 dun, dun. So before I even get my thoughts on this, man, drop a like, drop a comment. If you're a lover of X-Men, drop your favorite X-Men character, dog. If you love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you love Easter eggs, you love finding things to watch. Whether it's at home or in theaters, then let me be the movie guy. Hit that follow button. Let me be the guy to help you find what to watch. Okay, now here's some more thoughts on this TV show after now starting to rewatch some of the first few episodes we got in season 2. I do think this might confuse certain people depending on the level of X-Men fan you are. But there are several moments that I can't deny I love about this show. Starting off with the conversation in episode 3 with Magneto and my man Apocalypse down here. I love this scene. First of all, I love that we're going to Egyptian Apocalypse, the beginning. That was never shown enough in the movies. You know what I mean? And because I feel like you get a different point of view of who Apocalypse is. And who better to sit down and have a one-on-one than one of our favorite X-Men villains. And they're both big top villains. But to me, when they're talking to each other, you're honestly starting to see also some of the differences, you know? He's really an activist, terrorist type of person, kind of has such a direct way of thinking. Where to me, they make sure to tell you like Apocalypse is the being. He's the first. He was also a slave. That's where I feel like they are a little relatable now. Because yeah, I know Magneto is trying to like just caress him into just working with him. And he played his classic line straight from the movies. He wants him to be a god among insects. And when he says that, I thought that was so interesting because that is one of those moments where they're showing you where they are in similar blurry lines. Because he's a slave among powerful people, and then Magneto does have a similar experience of being with man, coming from the Holocaust, coming from a perspective of being with man where he was treated completely terribly as well. Now when it comes to the X Factor, the X-Force, I thought this was so fun to watch. First of all, the X-Force intro might be a little bit harder than the X-Men intro, but I also just love the fact of how they use these teams. These are really important Marvel teams and in the X-Men world. First of all, X Factor, I love them. Why? Because they're just literally the substitutes for the X-Men, and they're also used in a really toxic political way. Also, that's what makes them, in my opinion, also very interesting. I think it's kind of like the Thunderbolts a little bit, in the context of being used for the government for negative reasons, of course. And then down we have X-Force, which is so fun. Why? Because I think we need another go at X-Force, even though we've seen a little bit of it in Deadpool's world. It was in a joking way. In this one, we got serious X-Force, down to the point where Jubilee sees someone die. Cable just pop, damn, gone. And I thought that was a super duper, very important moment. Why? Because then that to me just separates the X-Force from the X-Men, because the X-Men are really about hope. They're like really good heroes. They usually just beat the crap out of you. They try not to kill you for the most part. But X-Force, nah, we really will just pop you and forget about it and ask questions later. And then lastly, Cable. I love how we are using Cable within these first few episodes, because not only are you getting a lot of the backstory, but you're also getting a lot of his leadership. And then on top of it, they're showing you that he's a very great character. He will shoot someone straightforward, but he is Cyclops' son. So there is a hero, there is a leader in him, whether he likes it or not. And I love the kind of how they kind of throw line that through the show. I'm very excited to see where this show is about to go. Let me know your thoughts and what are some of the most favorite moments in the first 3 episodes of season 2.